back to the Fusion.
Hey, Internet, welcome back to the channel. A little bit has happened since then. We have Fox and the Fusion have traded spots, and we'll show you exactly how that went down. So, after some trial and error and some oversight on my part, I had to talk to my Lord and Savior of the Mustang drift world. And since this knuckle is designed for actual Mustangs, and the rack is essentially moved forward 3 inches because the ball joints move back, I'm gonna have to add onto this knuckle, have it more inboard to get some positive ackerman. There's nothing I can do with the rack that's practical right at this moment. So I'm just gonna actually take some of this plate, cut it off here. It's conveniently slotted so I can put my tie rod in, that range and see what works best. And then tomorrow I'm getting some 1/2-inch thick steel, because that's what that's made out of, so that I can properly extend that and get it properly welded up. So I got these kind of bolted up here, and turns out this is gonna work, but a lot of threads need to be put in the tie rods, and I ran out of thread. Well, it didn't go as well as planned, so I'm going to make some different bushing sizes there to get that control arm maybe another 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch more forward, which will help the caster out a little more and hopefully get the ackerman a little better. So I'm gonna have to slot this a little more and some other stuff, so I gotta take the tie rod out to adjust those. So okay, here we go. I put, I think it's 1.25 inch, 1.5 bushing in there and a washer, and it's super tight, but it should work. And you'll see the bushing is taken out, but before I slot those out to get that bushing more forward, I'm just gonna test all this out first before I get too carried away. So it's got a little more caster, and I'm gonna build that plate off of here and see what it does. Okay, so after a little further review, decided to kind of ditch that after moving the arms forward, and things were just not really working right, because with the knuckle, like adding a steering arm there, when this would be the following wheel, it would hit the arm even sooner, so it really didn't help matters anymore. So I kind of wanted to see, I was focusing on it at full lock instead of just seeing what it is, maybe more in a more practical, you'll probably be drifting more than 70% of the time in this, so it's gonna be hard to see in the video, but it looks to be a pretty decent amount of positive ackerman. So that's what we're gonna do. So now I can not have to worry about welding on those beautiful knuckles and work on slotting those out to get that bushing fully seated. So decided to make sure the fenders still work, or clear anyway, and seem to do that just fine. It's not the wheel I'm going to use. That's a much more offset wheel than I do plan on using. It's fairly close, but that's also an 18. I'll be running 19s, but the tire size and width are pretty close. Once I tear this thing down for paint, I'm going to have to modify the firewall. Bash that in just a little bit. I found one of my rack limiters hiding in one of the tie rod boots. But yeah, now I guess I can slot those bushing brackets and call it a day. seeing the whole front clip come off. I want to show you something pretty cool that I really didn't plan on it working out so well, but the whole front of the car came off. So the entire core support, radiator, and headlight panel all just unbolted, minus like the fenders and hood and stuff. Basically all I had to do was disconnect all the cooling stuff, and it all came apart. So it made it really modular, and hopefully I don't have to utilize it too much by swapping a motor out or anything.
Yeah, we need to clean this oil out here first. Saying things, huh, Sopa? Fucking greatest video ever. This fucking guy. You want to talk about taking shit in and out constantly, over and over again? Ask him about his fucking first Mustang swap that we did.
The free valve?
Fuck.
Yo, Sopa!
Yo, dude.
What are we doing, guy?
Fusion thing.
Fusion things!
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit!
I've already been beating cheeks on this thing. I already have the firewall holes that I needed to seal up done, and there were 6 holes, square holes in the floor that had plastic plugs in them, but when we took the insulation out, or the sound deadening, they kind of shattered with the dry ice. So those are all welded in and sealed up. So now basically just gotta scuff everything up and prep it for the paint. So I'm gonna be doing kind of a loud color in the engine bay. Cage will be cleared, and hoping that'll look out.